If you've watched any of these videos, you probably know that I spend a fair amount of my time thinking about and talking about death. And kind of with the objective that maybe one of the best things that we could do in our lives, is to prepare for death. And then I was just thinking, why? Does it matter? Does it matter if we are prepared for death? Because it's going to come for us either way. And go figure, like all the questions that I ask, I don't really know the answer, but let's think about it. What are the pros and cons about being prepared for the inevitable being your own death? So I do professional development for my paying job, and even in that I do occasionally bring up the inevitableness of our lives. And I've had people who just have a really difficult time having a conversation about death. And they talk about their anxieties and, how it's just overwhelming at times. And I'm a human. I understand a little bit of anxiety. I understand a little bit of the overwhelmingness of existing. And that goes to one of the pros about being prepared for your death, is that it absolutely is helpful with that anxiety. Understanding that there is nothing that I can do about my inevitable death, and maybe even there's nothing that I would want to do about it. It's helpful. I have very little anxiety in my life, and that's a big part of it, accepting that inevitableness and finding ways to come to terms with it, which for me is in my daily meditations, just reminding myself, David, you are dying. David, you are human, you're mortal, and that death is a possibility today. And of course, so is loss, which is oddly harder sometimes to swallow. So that is, I think, the biggest pro. Now, on the same side though, it really doesn't matter. Assuming that you're not prepared at all for death, which many of us will not be, death doesn't care. Death is gonna get us anyways. But I hope that it's clear the best thing we could do to live a full life is to accept that fact, that you are actively dying. You're in the process of it right now. What are you doing to actively live? And if you can't accept the first one, you may find it harder to accept the second as well. So that's where we're gonna be today. But I hope you're doing well. I hope that you accept the fact that this time is limited. So live it, love it, and see you later.